Hello and a warm welcome to The Opinion, a program where ideas and thoughts meet. Your opinion, my opinion. If it is well established and analyzed, the better we become. I am Faith Adike, your anchor. Today we shall continue with the panel Director General of Kogi State Commodity Exchange Export Promotion and Market Development Agency, Honorable Victor Omofaiye. Kindly watch and drop your comments on how the new agency can function better. Let us join Omofaiye now.
In terms of export, yes. We have, when I started, I told you that we know that Kogi State is blessed with so many agro products that are exportable. And I just told you that one of it, while I kept mentioning cashew, is because we are in a season. That's why I kept mentioning cashew. We equally have rice. Yes, we have. In fact, the rice we produce in a year, according to our data, is of 100 tons. And how do by the time you look at it, you have about how many local governments? You have Basa, local government. You have Lokoja, Koto. I don't know whether you've been hearing of Girinya market. Oh, okay. But you see, these places produces rice, right? But unfortunately, we have not been able to make proper or judicial coordination of those activities. You have Niger State, who has his rice processing plant in Lapai. Lapai is close to Girinya. It's just for you to take the paddy across the water, and you are there in Niger State. Go to Ibaji. Ibaji produces rice. They're very high. But what happens? They come from Enugu to take it, and it becomes Enugu rice. Oh, of course. They are taking it from Kogi. In fact, don't be surprised that people from Kano come to Lokoja to offtake this product. And what happens? They add value when it gets to. They polish it, they do a manner of things, and they package it, they rebag it, and bring it back to sell to us in Kogi State in high prices. You understand? So that's why we are equally looking at how to increase our productivity or production, and how do we add value to it in the state too, so that we will now be talking of Kogi rice. Though it has been, but we want it to at least be on the increase. We have sesame, Ibira people call it gorigo. It says very, in fact, if you they use it to garnish even bread. In some of our eateries, even biscuits, they garnish it with this venison. So these are exportable products. I was discussing with one Indian who was telling me that aside the fact that cashew, they use it to produce this cashew nut, that equally the juice that we throw away, the extraction of juice from what we throw away can be used, to produce juice, ethanol, and what have you. Things that we throw away. Yes, it's money. So I was telling you, we have cassava, even yams. You see, go to the western part of the state, how trailer loads of rice a trailer load of yam, trailer load of cassava are being taken out of the state. These are exportable products that the state can manage. And we have quite a number of them, a lot of them. Though we might have cocoa in a very low quantity, but then we still have areas in the state that produces that.
What measures are in place to mitigate the risk associated with commodity price?
Yes, we must promote commodity, what we call commodity future trading. Commodity, or when you are talking about to manage price, volatile, we must see that we promote commodity future trading. And not only that, we have to encourage farmers to form what we call cooperatives. You understand? Clusters. Because even where we are expecting that soft loans could come, you understand? Facilities could come. They don't just deal with an individual. They prefer to deal with cooperatives, clusters. And so that's how we're trying to see that most of our farmers are being organized to form cooperatives, to be in clusters, so that they can in turn be trained. Because training too is another vital thing. If you train, you are training for more, to encourage the farmers to produce more. The training can, for example, the rice farmer can be trained in such a way that instead of having just having just one season to produce rice in a year, it can be extended to 3 times in a year. Good. As we are planting, you are already having what is called nursery. Thank you very much. You are doing nursery. As you are harvesting, the one that you are able to raise through this nursery, you are taking it to where you've just harvested, making it the second time. As you are doing that, you are at the same time raising another one. So by the time you do this, honestly, you can have 3 times in a year to produce rice. So that's why all this training are very important. And not only that, we have improved seedlings. If you don't train, if you don't create the awareness, if you don't sensitize, the local farmers may not know that you have an improved seedlings, that it will grow faster, and the yield will be triple what we used to have. So with what we have now as improved seedlings, you can get double or 3 times of the other seedlings that you have been planting before.
Now on export promotion and diversification. What are the agency's key priority for export promotion, and how does it support exporters in accessing new markets?
The training, that's why we said they need training. The training is not only when you come and speak English. Of course, we have our local farmers that will understand the language of. If we are talking about training, we are not going to bring professor from the 4 wards of university to come. We would have people that at least that can speak the language they understand. For the mere fact that Indians will come to Kogi State and they will speak the language that the farmers will understand. Why would we not look for people that will speak the language that they will understand?
How does the agency collaborate with the federal government, other stakeholders, such as the private sector and research institutions, to identify new export opportunities?
Yes, we will support them. We will support them through what we call market research. Yes, market research means that in the commodity exchange, you see the rate of these commodities. The rate, you see price of these commodities. So you now know the one that is selling fast. You understand? So through that, you educate the exporter to know that this and this are the products that is selling. Just like I told you now, that in the international market now, you have cashew selling hot. So as an exporter, you quickly know that, yes, I have to cashew for this season. You understand? Then we have trade missions, where we partner with NEPC. We call it, that's Nigeria Export Promotion Council. You understand? Yes. And it's just to ensure that we navigate a new market effectively. You understand now? And so by the time the exporters are like I told you, that we already partner with so many stakeholders, and they are bringing their words of experience into the board. You understand? And so through that, we will now have our exporters, because like I told you that we are trying to promote some of them in the States. We will not just leave it for the off-takers, the non-Nigerians, foreigners just coming to take it. We will need to at least engage, we need to support our merchants, and even the merchants, the willing ones who are ready to export. We have to support them. And we have to give them all this information. We have to take them through all these processes before they can achieve the desired goal in terms of exporting.
What initiatives are in place to diversify the state's export base and reduce dependency on primary commodities?
Yes, we are focusing on promoting secondary agricultural products. And thank God, when this agency was established, it was done along with Agro-Allied. Yes, Agro-Allied, they are equally into agricultural products. You understand? Their main activities is to ensure that they produce land for farmers. They do the clearing, and they do the cultivation, and they give it out to farmers for them to. And so when they do that, Agrala is to see that they produce the necessary implements to the local farmers. Land, like I said, clear it, give them improved seedlings. You understand? Cultivate. Then they will not leave it for the farmers to work on. Then the agency now comes in to take the commodity off from them. And what we are trying to do as an agency is to see that we have what is called price control. We will try as much as possible to ensure that the states too will engage in taking some of these products and repackage as Kogi, so that the price will now be reduced. That will force whatever anybody is bringing to the market to come down to. So that is how we intend to control the price.
How does the agency collaborate with the federal government, other stakeholders, such as the private sector and research institutions, to identify new export opportunities.
Yes, we try as much as possible to maintain regular communication. Yes, with federal ministries, especially some parastatals of government like the Nigeria Export Promotion Council, that happens to be a major agency, federal agency that regulates the activities of commodities that we're talking about. Then we are in touch, like I said, with the Shippers Council, Nigeria Shippers Council. We're in touch with Nigeria Custom. We're in touch with Standard Organization of Nigeria. Because you are surprised, Custom. Yes, because if we are taking this commodity to another place, Custom is involved. You understand? Custom will have to certify. You have to get certificates from Custom. They call it Custom clearance. So that's why they are involved too. You understand? Then I mentioned Standard Organization of Nigeria now, meaning that we have to ensure that the products that we are exporting is of standard, is not of substandard. You understand? And we equally have certificate for that. You understand? We even have a NAFDAC. I told you, NAFDAC too. You'll be surprised. But equally, they are, it's a chain. It's a chain that from producer to the final consumer at the international market. You understand? We even have NURTW. How do they come in? Yes, because they are the one dealing with, in fact, the vehicle, the truck, the trailers that we use, they are the one controlling it. That's how they come in. So we can't do it without the transport aspect of it. You understand? Then even NATO, and so we are always in touch with them for a guide. Made in Nigerian good, meaning that whatever that is being made in Nigeria has to be properly done for export. We are in touch with all these people so that at least our community in the States too can see the light of day when it gets to the outside.
We will go for a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Every voice matters. Every opinion counts. Never think it's too late to share your opinion. Join the conversation now. Share your thoughts and views for a better society. The opinion where voices meet. Don't miss the debate. Don't miss the argument. And don't miss the issue. Share your voice, make it heard. Opinion improvement is but knowledge in the making. Remember, it is not the best that we should all think alike. It is a difference of opinion that makes horse races. The opinion every Tuesday on Malachi TV promises to be more engaging and educating. Be our guest and let us dig it out together. Don't miss it.
Welcome back. The topic is Kogi State Commodity Exchange, Export Promotion and Market Development Agencies activities in the state, the way forward, and our guest is the pioneer DG Victor Omofaiye. Tell us what you want us to know about the agency that we have not talked about.
Before, they will tell you that local rice has stone. My sister, these days, they have a machine that separates, that sieve this product, sieve the stone from. It's not far-fetched. Go to international market here. You see the machine that separates. So the idea of stone is, the local rice is full of, is no more there. And my sister, go there and see the way they polish That's why they have different stages. By the time they, they are done with polishing of this rice, honestly, you don't even believe that it's local rice. So, so my advice is that we should eat what we have. And not only that, we should encourage, to produce more of what we have. That is the only way.
What is the agency role in developing and enforcing standards for commodity production, processing, and trade in the states?
The processing and trading in the sea. Yes, we in fact I've said that earlier, that one of the cardinal point area of this core objective is for us to see that value addition is, and the process, is what we are talking about. That nothing leaves the shore of this thing without being identified, without value being added. Because through that, there are a lot of opportunities. By the time they bring their factory, of course, we know that the community that such factory is being located, it will increase the standard of living of those people. Yeah, meaning that they have to give back to the community where they are. You understand? And so all these things, even for the cleaning youths in that area, they have some to do. So a lot, and that's why we're encouraging that value addition, the process, and we even have people that are called processors, because when you look at the chain, the value chain of, for example, the cashew or the rice production that we're talking about, you have the people they call producers, you have the people they call local buyers, you have people they call processors, you have people they call merchants before the off-takers. So it's a process, but then we want everything to be done in Kogi State.
How does the agency ensure compliance with international trade agreements and regulatory requirements?
Like I said, that we are always abreast with local and international markets. You understand? We are always in touch with the regulations, and we intend to provide training sessions for stakeholders. Through that, we'll be able to at least ensure that they comply. There is compliance with what is obtainable at the international market.
What measures are in place to prevent unfair trade practices and protect customer interests?
Yes, we are going to establish a regulatory framework that outlines fair trading practice. And by the special grace of God, our agency will conduct market surveillance. You understand? We will conduct market surveillance and engage with customers to educate them about their rights. In fact, just about how many weeks ago that Kogi State House of Assembly, came up with a motion regulating the activities of the foreigners on cashew production. You see a foreigner going into the communities, pointing to trees that they are buying those trees. You understand? Buying as in economic tree. As a foreigner, you now come and say you are buying this tree, meaning that whatever. So already as a farmer, you have been shortchanged because measurement is not involved. You understand? Meaning that whatever the amount they are buying the whole tree is not like when a farmer, harvest, go through some processes and have it weighed. These are all what we are trying to discourage as an agency, as a special discipline.
And on a final note, is this agency a new one in the state or do you have it before?
Like I said, that the agency is relatively new, and by the time you look at it, imagine from a need to create this structured body for commodity exchange, export promotion, and market development. You now know that the main aim is to consolidate, on efforts that was previously done. Do you understand? And how do I mean? The agency is, some of the activities of the agency is being capped out from Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Agriculture, and even there's a certain board, we call it marketing board. Yes, marketing board is a defunct board now that has been under the agency. They are the one taking care of the international market. Yes, any state market at all. What we are trying to do now is to ensure that there is what we call working hand in hand with all these other ministries. Even Ministry of Mineral Resources. Yes, we're in collaboration with Ministry of Mineral Resources too, because whether we like it or not, we have mineral resources that are exportable as a commodity, and so we are in touch with them. We are in touch with Agro Ally. I told you, it's another agency. We are in touch with investment promotion. So by the time you look at this, you now know that the agency has a lot to do, because we have to ensure that we sanitize the state market, and one of the state markets is the international market. And you and I know that by the time we are through with the new market that is on now, very soon now we will move the international market from the present location to another place. It is established by an act of Kogi State House of Assembly, and I told you precisely it was signed into law on the 20th June 2024. Yeah, last year. So it is an act of. In fact, already we have our law gazetted. Yes, we have gazetted. We have gazetted our law, and it's ready to use.
Do they have a monthly or annual permit to collect from the agency before embarking on any operation?
No, like I said earlier, I said we started profiling farmers. You can't deal with them without profiling, and through the profiling, that is where you are talking about registration. And so invariably, the farmers, merchants, artisans, traders, and exporters alike are to register with the agency so that we can profile them. And I told you that it's possible that the people who are ready to give out these soft facilities may not be willing to deal with an individual. They would like to deal with people in clusters, people in cooperatives. And so if they don't come to register, if we don't know them, how do we put them forward? That's what I can say for now.
Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Thank you for watching till next week, when we shall bring another interesting package for you. Please continue to share our links and subscribe to our YouTube channel Malachi TV, and follow all our social media handles to get to another people.